first. How about David Edwards would be first?
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm David Edwards. I'm the freshman state representative from House District 30, which encompasses Greater Hillsborough, North Plains, Roy, and Vermont. I have deep roots in my community. Hillsborough is where I went to school and met my wife and earned my first paycheck. I owe everything I have to my community and to the sound character of its people. It is a lasting honor and privilege to represent my hometown in Salem. Why did I run for this office? Simply put, I stood for election to ensure my two boys and future Oregonians have the same or better opportunities than I enjoyed in my youth. Throughout my tenure in the legislature, when reviewing potential state laws, I have always kept in mind the possible consequences for my children, my grandchildren, and for generations I will never know. As someone with experience in economic development and a small business owner, I was one of only 2 freshman members of the legislature to receive a seat on the state's Chief Budget Writing Committee. This assignment gave me the opportunity to have a sizable impact on some of the state's most important budgets, including those for public education, healthcare, public safety, and environmental protection. When I first ran for this office, I made my intentions clear: to foster a robust private sector that generates family wage jobs with a future, to make smart investments in education, healthcare, and other services to expand opportunity for all, and to make government more accountable and innovative. These remain my priorities, and my legislative record proves my powerful commitment to them. In the interest of time, let me mention just 2 significant accomplishments from the 2007 legislative session. First, with the help of my fellow Washington County legislators, I secured $7 million in lottery-backed bonds for a downtown Hillsborough redevelopment project. This appropriation will lead to a new health professions campus, a joint project among Tuolumne Hospital, Pacific University, and the Virginia Garcia Clinic. In addition to helping our state address a severe shortage of nurses and nurse educators, the campus will have a number of direct economic benefits. First, it will leverage over $136 million in private investment for health care, education, and low-income clinic access. The parking garage construction alone will generate an estimated $15.7 million worth of economic activity and 130 full-time jobs. New campus building construction will generate over $106 million worth of economic activity and 970 full-time jobs. And over 10 years, the campus is projected to generate over $130 million worth of economic activity and 168 jobs. This health professions campus will help revitalize our local economy, provide uninsured and underinsured residents greater access to basic health care, and improve the number of qualified health professionals statewide. The second accomplishment I'd like to highlight is the creation of the Rainy Day Fund, Oregon's first general state savings account. The Rainy Day Fund sets aside surplus revenue during periods of economic growth for use in times of budget shortfalls. The fund will smooth out the highs and lows of our tax system and create a more stable fiscal structure over time by allowing us to balance the state budget without having to constantly change our tax system or spending priorities. In fact, it is the main reason we have not had to cut essential public services during the current economic downturn. I have been in office for less than 3 months when I carried this measure to the floor of the House, twice before it finally passed. Now, for the first time in Oregon's 149-year history, we have the means to help stabilize essential services like education, healthcare, and public safety in a future economic downturn. And more than that, this measure brings a new fiscal discipline to Salem and ends the practice of spending every dime. By nearly all accounts in the popular media, the 2007 legislative session was hailed as one of the most productive and forward-thinking sessions in the last 2 decades. We made real progress, passing bills that will improve the everyday lives of Oregonians. Moreover, we did it in record time. It was the shortest session on record in 12 years. I hope to have the opportunity to build on this foundational success. There's much more that remains to be done. But I'm confident that by applying good thinking and by working together, we can ensure prosperity and progress as promised to every generation. Going forward, my highest priority is job and business creation, as well as cutting government waste. I'm not afraid to roll up my sleeves and get involved in restructuring state government. In fact, I spent my summer vacation helping to streamline the agency responsible for advancing our economy, the Oregon Economic and Community Development Department. The streamlining process has clarified the agency's mission and made it more accountable to the legislature and the broader public. The agency has an energetic and creative new executive director and a structure that I'm confident will make it more successful in retaining, expanding, and attracting businesses to our state. Also, I've been working with our new labor commissioner, Brad Avakian, to restructure our workforce development system. Our current proposal to restructure the state's workforce development system has two components. The first consists of making long-term systemic changes to ensure our workforce development efforts are more responsive to the business community, accountable for outcomes, and coordinated among the 8 state agencies and the governor's office involved in carrying them out. Basically, it means consolidating the current governance structure in a way that improves coordination and streamlines planning and decision making. The second component entails pursuing priorities to respond to current and emerging industries, like clean technology. The primary activities here are to expand and prioritize training opportunities in industry sectors with a documented and immediate need, such as manufacturing, clean technology, and healthcare. And to develop pilot programs to determine how to best restore vocational and professional technical education for our high school students. In closing, I would simply say this. I recognize these economic times are difficult for many working families and Oregonians on fixed incomes. It is even more important to make sure state government tightens its belt in these circumstances. In only one term, I have established a reputation as someone with a passion for fiscal responsibility and government reform. I intend to build on that reputation in the upcoming legislative session to deliver the government you deserve, one that is honest, efficient, and responsive. Thank you.